Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian lad and I have got some big news about WandaVision that's coming on Disney Plus later this year. Now this video is going to contain a lot of heavy spoilers, so if you don't want to ruin your experience of watching this show, then I'd suggest you to click away from this video right now. But if you have decided to stick around, take all of these leaks with a grain of salt. So without any further ado, let's get in. According to multiple reports, Wanda is indeed going to become Scarlet Witch in this series because of all the losses she had, starting with her brother Quicksilver in Age of Ultron and then losing Vision in Infinity War, have had a big toll on her mental health. Wanda is going to use her reality-altering powers and create an alternate multiverse where she has nothing but a perfect life. A life where she is married to Vision, has twin children, and a brother who isn't dead. Her depression and anxiety are going to force her into believing that's the real world. And that's where the villain of the show comes in. It has been reported that Agatha Harkness is going to be the villain in this series. Agatha in the comics is the one who trained Wanda into using her various forms of powers. But here comes the big spoiler that says the main villain behind Agatha Harkness is Nightmare. And that's how WandaVision is going to be connected to Doctor Strange too. That's right, Benedict Cumberbatch is reprising his role as Doctor Strange and will appear in WandaVision.
A strong sorcerer. It also helps when you have a strong witch. And the Scarlet Witch is appearing in this movie alongside her. Let's bring Lizzie Olsen back out. The events that you will see Wanda go through in the WandaVision epic series will be reflected and tied directly into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange might be the one who tells Wanda that her family is not real, and in fact a dream of hers that she turned into an alternate reality. So Stephen Strange might be the only one who saves Wanda at the end of this series. I'll talk more about it in a second, but first let me talk about the twins that Wanda will have in this show. We have already gotten a confirmation that Wanda and Vision are going to have twins just like in the comics, and their names will be Speed and Wiccan. A leaked video revealed that Marvel was taking auditions of schoolgoing boys for WandaVision, and in that audition the boys were calling someone their uncle, and because Vision has no relatives, so it brings it down to Quicksilver, the brother of Wanda. But keep in mind, the real Quicksilver in MCU's main timeline is no longer alive. He died in Age of Ultron, but because this is Wanda's imaginary world and everything here is happening according to her wishes, so whatever she thinks of becomes the reality, and that's when she will lose the ability to differentiate between her own reality and the actual real world itself. But here's one thing about Wanda's son, Wiccan. He's actually gay and his love interest is the character called Hulkling. Hulkling is a shapeshifter who is a Kree-Skrull hybrid. While Kree Law considers him wholly Kree, Skrulls consider him wholly Skrull. So there might be one or two teas about Hulkling until we finally get to see him in Captain Marvel 2. And that's how WandaVision is going to connect to Captain Marvel's sequel. It not only sets up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it will also set up Captain Marvel 2. And that's why WandaVision is going to be the most essential part in the build-up of Phase 4 and 5. The twins of WandaVision will apparently grow up rapidly in the series, beginning as infants in a 50s inspired episode, then appear as children in a show modeled after the early 80s, and eventually become teenagers in an episode inspired by modern comedies. So you may ask, why would Wanda's children grow up so fast? And the answer to that is, Wanda's children are not gonna be real. All of this are going to be some sort of an illusion set up by Wanda herself. Remember, in one episode, Wanda might think she just had twin babies, and in the next episode she might think they're now teenagers, and whatever she will think of or wish for is going to be the reality in that world. It's kinda like Inception but in a more complicated way, and that's why the children of WandaVision are going to grow up in such a rapid speed. Most recently it has been reported that WandaVision has finished filming and the work on the VFX has been completed, as well as the series is apparently now in the editing stage of post-production. Jeremy Conrad of MCU Cosmic claims that he had learned that Vision's white appearance from West Coast Avengers Volume 2, Issue 45 may make its MCU debut in some shape or form in WandaVision, and Charles Murphy of Murphy's Multiverse reported that X-Men Days of Future Past actor Evan Peters had signed on for a key role in WandaVision. Murphy claimed that Peters landed the role last year and filmed his scenes shortly after. Now I'm not sure what kind of a role Evan Peters might be playing in this series, but I can definitely definitely say it's not MCU's Quicksilver, because I believe even if Wanda's actual brother does show up in the series, it's still gonna be played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. So what about Evan Peters? Who is he playing? And I think that would be Mephisto, because in the comics Wanda has children, but Vision is not the biological father, because Vision is not human. So Wanda uses a spell that gives her 2 sons, and here's where Mephisto comes in. These 2 children of Wanda were actually created using fragments of Mephisto's soul. So Mephisto comes back to reabsorb his children, and this makes Wanda go crazy, presumably turning her into the Scarlet Witch, because at this point she lost her brother, her love interest, and now both her children. And that's where Agatha Harkness comes in. There are very strong rumors that Kathryn Hahn is playing the character of Agatha in WandaVision, even though this character in the comics is a very old lady, but I like this younger twist. Even from the set photos you can see it clearly that her attire resembles Agatha Harkness from the comics. It very much looks like a modernization of Agatha's traditional look with 2 shades of purple. Instead of giving her a grandma vibe, they have turned it into something you'd see in a woman who is in her 40s. And to be honest, I really like this aesthetics from Agatha Harkness's character. I had hoped they would go with an accurately old figure, but as I said, I like this younger twist. I would have loved to have someone like Vera Farmiga to play this role, but based on what we've seen so far, MCU's casting is always right on the money. So I'm confident that Kathryn Hahn is going to do a wonderful job portraying this character. And that's all I have right now from WandaVision, and by the looks of it, it's gonna be one hell of a series that not only connects to Doctor Strange 2, but also Captain Marvel 2. It's gonna set up Mephisto, Agatha Harkness, Nightmare, and probably Sword and Hulkling as well. Therefore, a lot of the MCU's future is going to depend on how WandaVision pans out, and that's why Kevin Feige said we have never seen anything like WandaVision. So do let me know your thoughts on the show, and if you like the idea of where it's going. And if you do, then please grab the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post updates about my videos. I'm Mark Normand, and I will see you lads in the next one.